Good morning. This is the February 14th, 2019 edition of Morning Ruck March with Sergeant Woodard and Private Gus. It is Valentine's Day, the most reviled day and feared day by men in the English-speaking world, because if you don't do it right or if you forgot something, you're in trouble. Even if the card's not right, you're in trouble. So anyways, as you can tell, it's daylight now. Gus and I did not go out early this morning. He decided he wanted to wake me up 4 different times during the night, and when the 4 o'clock alarm came on, I was just like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and sleep in, because I had already gotten everything set up out in the kitchen for Beth Ann and Riley for Valentine's Day, and I still had to fix some breakfast too, which I pretty much do every day anyways. So they're off at school, and I've got the house picked up, the bed's made, because you never ever leave out without the beds being made. That's just a standard rule. And anyways, we're going to head up to Veterans Park, get us a couple of laps around it. I'm going to check out the train, see if it's muddy, and then get back and get ready to go to a job fair at AT&T Stadium that's put on specifically for veterans, and see what I can land. And I will be making posts from there before I make this post this afternoon. So anyways, everyone have a great day, and we shall talk when we talk. This is Sergeant Woodard, out. Okay, Gus and I have arrived out at Veterans Park. As you can hear him in the background, he's spazzing. He cannot wait to go. It's about in the low 40s out here right now. It's slight breeze, and I dressed light for it because, you know, take off the jacket, and I just got a light t-shirt on and long sleeve PT shirt. But the weather's pretty good out here, and just looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. And there he is. Come on, Gus. He is definitely looking forward to getting started. So I'm going to wrap this up right now. Fortunately, the battery in my phone's charged up enough where I can actually get a distance on how far we're going. So I'm going to get in the back, throw on my vest, throw on the ruck up, and yeah, really? Yeah, he wants to go. So Sergeant Woodard is going to jump off now. This is Sergeant Gus. This is Sergeant Woodard and Private Gus, and we are out for now. Dude. Okay, we're walking the perimeter right now. We were going to hit the woods, but it's even a lot sloppier than I expected it to be. It's still really wet down in the brush. We'd actually expected to be busted brush at this time, but that just didn't happen. Gus, however, is having a blast sniffing, marking things, as a male dog is wont to do. And let's see, we have a water crossing here, a water obstacle that he must come and check out. So that, well, okay, he bypassed it. He did the tactically sound thing, bypassed the water obstacle. So we're gonna keep on going and check in probably when we get back to the car. Sergeant Woodard, Private Gus, out in front, being by scout. He's on my flank. We're out. This is one of my favorite spots in the entire park. It's a scenic overlook of one of the little valleys. That's why I would love to get a topographical map of the area, so that I could kind of pick out some of the good spots. Actually, this park would be great for an orienteering course. And of course, River Legacy would be even greater because there's more territory, but this has more terrain features in it that you can actually operate with. Terrain features out at River Legacy, pretty much flat, but it is beautiful. Okay, we're gonna head back to the car and drop Ruck and get Gus off his leash and get him some water. I got some coffee there, which is always needed after something like this. For you old NCOs and officers out there, you know how much that lifer juice is really that important. So I'm gonna go and guzzle some of that down before I go back and get ready for the job fair. But so far so good. It's been a good day. Valentine's Day, or as one meteorologist over at Channel 4, Airman Roberto, called it Aloneness Awareness Day. And some of us have been there. So anyways, one last view of that beautiful skyline. You can see Martin High School off in the background, at least the football field lights. Go Martin Warriors. And we shall see you all soon. Sergeant Woodard, out. Well, Gus had a good time. He's obviously ready for some more water when we get home. He's probably going to ride up here in the front with me, which he usually does when we get done. Come on, Gus, sit. Atta boy. Dog is my co-pilot. So, we're all done. I'm going to head back to the house, get showered, cleaned up, get ready for that job fair. Hope that everything works out just fine. Maybe come up with a new opportunity. Met a fellow out here that is retiring from the Air Force. He's stationed out at the old Carswell Air Force Base, a Navy Air Base, GRB, and his wife is full-time out there. He came out here to run with his son, who's 22 years old, been in the Marine Corps for a couple of years, and both of them smoked me pretty easily, but hell, I got almost 10 years on the dad. So, but anyways, everyone have a great day, and we'll check in later. Okay, I'm getting ready to head off to AT&T Stadium. This is the outfit that so many people got used to seeing me wear for so many years, and for the past almost 11 months, it has not been, except for job interviews. So going in with a very positive attitude. There's over 90 employers there, a lot of them within the financial services industry, where I spent literally 21 years of my life on the civilian side working, and looking to go back into that. And if not, hey, DynCorp is there, and I can always find something with them, I'm sure, and I will be talking to them. But anyways, it's just kind of a note to all of my buddies who are my age, and some who are a little bit older. When you get to this age and you find yourself without a job, it's difficult. And whether you're in the military, a police officer, in a financial services industry, or whatever, you tend to make your job your role and how you identify yourself in life. And when that's taken away from you, then it's really hard to adjust. And it was extremely hard for me to adjust in the first few months of it. And that's why I started rucking, was so that I could get something of myself back and start to do a bit of a course correction on some of the things that were going on in my life. So now I have a happy family, and hopefully by the end of the day today, or within the next couple of weeks, I can have a happy job that I can enjoy again for the rest of my working days, which I plan on being for the next 20 years. You know, it's kind of hard when you're in one spot for 18 years and then they say adios. You know, it's hard, but loyalty does pay off sooner or later, and I am going to find a new role in a new company to work for, which I will give them my 100% plus. So anyways, here we go. Good afternoon, this is Sergeant Woodard. I just wrapped up attending the job fair at AT&T Stadium, and I will say that it was extremely well attended and a well-organized event. There were some things that I did notice that I would like to briefly discuss. First of all, the focus tended to be more on veterans who come from a combat support or combat service support role, officers, and specifically folks who are more in the technological fields, which is excellent, but at the same time there are some other industries which needed to, I believe, needed to have participated a bit more. Obviously, law enforcement and fire departments are first responders. They were extremely well represented, But there are some things that folks who are combat arms or had been combat arms can't do besides being a first responder. We are kind of like, I would say, the liberal arts graduates of the military world. We don't have something that is specific. However, we have a broad range of skill sets that are definitely applicable to the civilian world. Ranges from leadership, the ability to adapt to changing situations, etc. For one, I was in the same role for 18 years, and obviously my loyalty was to my company, to my team, to my leadership, firm leadership, and also to the financial advisors I worked with over that period of time. Secondly, financial services firms need to be a lot better represented at events like this. There were only 4 financial services firms that were there, and these were First Command, which is an organization I greatly respect. They're mainly in the broker-dealer space. Fidelity, which is a wide-ranging organization. Not only are they a manufacturer of mutual funds and retirement plans, but they are also a distribution system for those mutual funds and retirement plans, and they are also in the investment advisory space, and they are also a clearing firm. For those with a technology background, this would be a great place for you, specifically in the clearing firm space. Then you had Bank of America, whose sole focus was more on banking. However, they did have a dotted line over to the Merrill Lynch folks, which is now their broker-dealer. And then JP Morgan Chase, which was mainly focused on call center up in Plano and hiring individuals for that. So obviously I didn't spend too much time talking to them about that. DynCorp, which is probably one of the largest military contractors in the world, was there as well. And I did have a nice long conversation with one of their recruiters. Their scope runs everything from logistics to planning, all the way down to localized team and individual security operations in the theater of operations, which currently is Afghanistan. They also have operations going on in other places around the world, so that's a great opportunity, and I believe that this conversation is going to continue with them. One organization that I also spoke with as well was the Troops to Teachers. And I think that this is a very noble concept where you're taking people who have great skill sets in working and leading people and putting them into classroom. And that's where a lot of this is definitely needed. So I have said my piece about this event. I think it was very well organized, but we need to have more financial services firms take part because, again, as previously stated, veterans bring a lot more to the table that can be utilized by financial services firms than what they probably think. So I am going to go home. I am going to finish taking off my tie. I am going to eat. I'm going to play with Gus and make sure that Ladybug is comfortable. Prepare to take my family to a Valentine's dinner tonight, and then see everybody tomorrow with the next episode of Morning Ruck March with Sergeant Woodard and Private Gus. Everybody have a great afternoon, and remember, relentless forward motion. This is Sergeant Woodard